We're going to do page 708, problem 26. The problem says as follows. We have a function c of x equals x cubed minus 3x squared minus 18x plus 5. It's always important to copy the problem accurately. The mistake I make the most, and many students also make, is copy a problem wrong, and don't do it because you get it wrong. You have to go slowly and carefully. It says find the relative maximum, relative minima, and also horizontal points of inflection. To find relative max, relative min, we take a derivative. So we want to set c prime of x equal to 0. First we find c prime of x. This would be 3x squared minus 2 times 3 halves times x minus 18. This is c prime. So that's 3x squared minus 3x minus 18. Factor out of 3. 3 times x squared minus x minus 6. This equals 3 times x minus 3 times x plus 2. Why? Because minus 3 and plus 2 multiply to be negative 6, and they add to be negative 1. Mm-hmm. This is the sum of the two numbers. This is the product of these two numbers. Now we want to find a relative max or relative min. We set it equal to 0. If c of x equals 0, this means we have 3 times x minus 3 times x plus 2 equals 0. The zero product principle says if you product the two numbers to 0, one of the two numbers is 0, possibly both of them. This means x minus 3 equals 0, or x plus 2 equals 0. This means x equals 3, or so these are potential max or mins. We also want to find, by the way, point of inflection. Point of inflection generally means the second derivative is 0, so we'll take the second derivative right now. Second derivative, this is the first derivative. Second derivative, c double prime of x, is going to be 6x minus 3 equals 3 times x minus 1. We're going to say c double prime of x equals 0. It says 3 times x minus 1 equals 0, or x equals 1. So x equals 1 is our potential point of inflection. Now we want to check this by looking at test points. So our critical values for x are 3, negative 2, and 1. I'm going to make a chart. Here's x, and here's f of x. This is negative 2. Here is 1. And here is 3.
Because that's from?
Those are these three values here.
3, negative 2, 1.
Going from.
Yep.
And we also want to choose additional test points for the right and left, because we want to be able to give a graph of the thing. So I'm going to choose as test points. I'm going to choose negative 3, 0, 2, and 4. I want to compute f of x all these points. That way I'll get a rough idea of the shape of the graph. I can see what's a max, what's a min, and what is a point of inflection. So we put in negative 3 in for x. Let's compute this thing. So I wrote f of x. That's an error. It's called c of x. This equals x cubed minus 3 halves x squared minus 18x plus 5. Just the computation. We're going to make the computation. This equals negative 3 cubed minus 3 halves times negative 3 squared minus 18 times negative 3 plus 5. This is negative 27. This would be 9 minus 3 halves times negative 3 halves, so it's minus 27 over 2. This is 18 times negative 3, negative, so it's going to be plus 54 plus 5. So this equals This is negative 54 over 2. So negative 54 over 2 and negative 27 2 is negative 81 over 2. Negative 81 over 2 plus 59. That's minus 40 and a half. And plus 59 should be equal to 18 and a half. So that's the value right here, 18 and a half. Now try putting in negative 2 for x. Negative 2 cubed minus 3 halves times negative 2 squared minus 18 times negative 2 plus 5. We'll continue over here. This is going to be negative 8. I have to erase this right here. We need a little more room. It's going to be negative 8. This is 4 times minus 3 halves is minus 6. 18, negative 8 is plus 36. And plus 5. So this is 41 minus 14. That should be 27. So I have a 27 right here. I put in 0 for x. I obviously get y, or c of x is 5. I'll put in 1 for x. I'm going to get equal 1 cubed minus 3 halves times 1 squared minus 18 times 1 plus 5. This equals 1 minus 3 halves minus 18 plus 5. So 1 plus 5 is 6. And this is minus 19 and a half. Minus 19 and a half equals minus 13 and a half. I have negative 13 and a half for 1. I'll put in 2 for x. So I'm going to get equal to 2 cubed minus 3 halves times 2 squared minus 18 times 2 plus 5. This equals 8. This is 4 times minus 3 halves is minus 6. Minus 36 plus 5. So 8 and 5 is 13. Positive numbers. Minus 42. That equals minus 29. This is minus 29 right here. I'll put in 3 for x. So I get 3 cubed minus 3 halves times 3 squared minus 18 times 3 plus 5. 3 cubed is 27. Minus 3 halves times 9 is minus 27 halves. Minus 54, plus 5. So this is 27 halves. 27 is 27 is 27 halves plus 5. 27 halves is 13 and a half. So this is 13 and a half. This is 13 and a half. 13 and a half, 5 is 18 and a half. Minus 54 is negative 35 and a half. It's negative 35 and a half. I'll put in 4 for x. I have 4 cubed minus 3 halves times 4 squared minus 18 times 4 plus 5. This is 4 cubed is 64. 4 squared is 16 times negative 3 halves is negative 24. So far this is 40, right? Minus 72. 40 minus 72 is negative 32. Plus 5 is negative 27. So it's negative 27. Now we're going to try to draw a graph of this.
Professor, we're going to have to stop in 30 seconds. All right, so let's just stop right here.
Okay.